So our first mission was to go down to South Carolina. We got down there, we staged down there for like 3 to 4 days, pretty much up until the weekend. That Sunday then is when we got sent down to Lee County, basically Fort Myers Beach area. We initially were staged at the Boston Red Sox spring training facility. The same day that we arrived, that Sunday, was the first group to go out, so I was actually on the first team to go down to Fort Myers Beach itself and actually see and start to work. It's that very first day.
Drove down to Florida. It was one of them weird things where we actually didn't drive in the rain. Normally it's hurricane, we're driving through the storm all the way to it, and we did not.
Frankly, the most stunning stuff was when we were driving into Fort Myers Beach. You know, just driving along the main highway there, you had boats that were like large commercial, like charter boats that were on the side of the road, you know, large yachts in trees, you know, and then you go across the causeway and then we get started and you see structures that are not there anymore. You see the foundations, you know, you see entire blocks are just debris. And it was just like, wow. You realize what nature can do. A Cat 5 storm is pretty intense. And we see flooding here, and we see what the water can do. So but the combination of the water and the wind, that was unbelievable.
Second day, we went out. They stationed me with a rescue group. We split up into bigger groups once we knew what our assignments were, once they issued for the groups. And we started searching houses.
Our job was to more thorough search to make sure that there were no remains left behind, because the last thing anybody wants is for someone to be missed. So we would do more thorough searches, collecting data for FEMA, you know, any cars that were in where they shouldn't be. You know, we searched cars, we searched buildings. If we hit anything, they'd bring the dogs in to confirm or pass that. And if the dogs did hit on something, then you do a thorough search of that area with cameras.
The very first day, it's destruction. I mean, there's little to nothing left. There's some buildings left. I'm not going to tell you that there's not any buildings left, but a lot of the buildings are gone. Complete devastation, lots and lots of sand, lots and lots of just people's property and stuff all over the place. Bulldozers pushing off the sand to try to open up the streets. I mean, it's completely devastated.
We came across people that shouldered the storm. Some people said it was the worst mistake of their life, and some people said they will stay there again. So they're all each their own experience, their own stories. Some of them are crazy. You would never fathom how people managed to survive the storm. You see everything. You see stuff from Katrina in the past. You see devastation. But you see pictures, and we're going into it looking at like aerial photos and stuff, and we're like, oh, okay, yeah. Until you actually see it for yourself, the pictures don't do anything justice.
It's actually a great honor for us to be a part of that team. We're one of only 26 teams in the United States, so there's 26 federal USAR teams, and we're happy to be part of that team and we're one of the agencies. We actually used to sponsor it, but now we're a support agency to that.
The city of Harrisburg, although we might be tough as nails, we also have a very compassionate and empathetic side that we're willing to reach our hand out to our fellow person and help pull them up and give them that hug, that empathetic hug, or give them anything they need. That's huge. That speaks volumes. You know, we ran into people on the way down and on the way back that were returning to Florida, and they would say, oh my gosh, I'm from so-and-so, and I'm originally from so-and-so, and like in Pennsylvania, and they're like, we appreciate so much what you do, and we're like, yeah, no problem, that's what we're here for.